Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, this is English Park's monthly storytelling performance by children. I'm Alvin, your host, and we have 10 lovely children who are waiting to tell stories. But more than that, we also have a storytelling guest. We have Miss Meera from Hyderabad, and she's here to give her valuable suggestions and comments to our children performers. So, a small note about Miss Meera. She's from Hyderabad and she specializes in using shadow puppetry and puppetry for children. She's an amazing storyteller. She uses a lot of actions. She connects with the children very well. And we are so happy to have you here, Miss Meera,
Thank you.
to
My pleasure.
encourage our children. Thank you so much. So now it's time to call the first performer of the afternoon, Aditya Kumar.
Yes. Aladdin. One day, Aladdin was walking in a road. Suddenly, his uncle came and said, I'm your uncle. What are you doing here? Oh, I just came for a walk. And after some time, Aladdin said, and his uncle said, come with me, I'll give you a big work for you. I have been searching for you for months. And after some time, Aladdin followed his uncle and he reached the cave. And inside the cave, the door opened. And he went. Both of them went inside. And they saw a golden lamp. And Aladdin took it and said, I'll keep it, you come out. And the uncle came out and said, bye bye, you Aladdin. I am a magician. I want to trick you. And he went out. But Aladdin didn't know that was a gold. And inside that was a genie. And he rapped. And genie came out and said, what do you wish, my master? And Aladdin said, okay, I want to go out of this cave. And the genie and the Aladdin went out of this cave. And after some days, Aladdin became rich. And one day, he was married with the Sultan's daughter. And Aladdin said, I'm jealous. When this message led to the wicked magician said, he became very jealous of him and dressed up like a jeweler man and said, I'm going to kill the Aladdin. And he went to the court and saw there was no Aladdin, but he had another idea. So he went inside and saw the Sultan and said, I want to give the jewels to your daughter. How much is asked? The Sultan said, just 1 rupee. And Sultan said, okay, go inside. And, and the jeweler saw the Sultan's daughter and said, I'll give you all the jewels available. But if you give the oldest lamp in your house, the daughter of the Sultan said, okay, and gave the oldest lamp in her house and said, give me all the jewels. But before giving, he rubbed the lamp. The genie came and said, what is my master? Take the palace where Aladdin can reach. But the genie didn't know where only Aladdin can reach. And he took the palace and put on the next street. And after some time, Aladdin came and saw the castle in the next street. He went inside. He opened the door, saw the wicked magician and said, oh, you are the tricked man. And when the jeweler saw and the jeweler said, bring me some juice. And the genie said, okay, my master. And when he went into the kitchen, instead of putting the sugar, he put poison. And when the jeweler drank it, he died. And Aladdin came and said, come on, genie, you are very good. And after some, the genie and the Aladdin lived happily ever after. Very good.
Thank you, Aditya. Now let's hear it from Miss Meera what she thinks about your Aladdin.
Hi, Aditya. Very, very confident performance. you started off well and you had the flow and the sentences and everything. It was framed. The story was framed very well, right? So I really liked your performance, and I felt that one thing that could be probably done is what you can do in the stories is add a little interesting element, right? So for instance, how you use your voice. I know all of you are trained by the amazing Alvin sir, and he's just so amazing. Look at the voice modulation he does when he's narrating, right? So how you can play with your voice, right? You can say big, you can say small, how you use your voice to emphasize on some words, right? That can be done. Otherwise, very wonderful performance. I really liked it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Meera, for that lovely feedback. So next storyteller is Kavya.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kavya, bring your camera down so we can see you better. Okay, you can start.
Once upon a time, in a beehive, there was a bee. His name was Bertie. Bertie always wanted more stripes. So he knew some animals who had stripes. He went to search them. First, he saw a tiger and said, "Hey, tiger, where did you get your stripes?" The tiger said, "When I was a little cub, I played with the black ball of yarn, and suddenly I got tangled in it and I got stuck to it. And the ball got stuck into me. So that's how I got my stripes." The bee said, "Oh." The tiger said, "And if you believe that, you'll believe anything." And he laughed away. So next, Bertie went to a zebra and said, "Hey, zebra, where did you get your stripes?" The zebra said, "When I was a little zebra, I used to be completely white. And suddenly I fell into a black puddle. And I was dripping wet. And it got stuck into me like stripes. And that's how I got my stripes. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything." The zebra said and laughed away. Next, Bertie went to a snake and said, "Hey, snake, where did you get your stripes?" The snake said, "When I was crossing the city road, there were some red and green lights flashing at the top. I tried to get past it. They suddenly stuck into me. And that's how I got the red and green stripes. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything," he said and laughed away. Next, he went to a ring-tailed lemur and said, "Hey, lemur, where did you get your stripes on your tail?" The ring-tailed lemur said, "When I was a little lemur, I played with my friends. They were throwing hoops at me, and I kept my tail as a post. When everyone threw their hoops, they suddenly stuck into me. That's how I got the rings. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything," he said and laughed away. Now, Bertie wanted to try those ideas. So first, he went to some sheep and asked for some wool. Then he turned it to yarn and tried to get it stuck into it, but nothing happened. Next, he went to find some black puddles, but there weren't any. There were only brown, muddy puddles. So next, he went to the city. He crossed the road, but nothing happened. He crossed it so many times, but nothing happened. So next, he went to find some hoops. He took them and put one on him. They were too heavy.
So Bertie sadly went home. He saw his old wise grandma, and his grandma said, Why, Bertie? You're so sad. Bertie said, Grandma, I want more stripes. The grandma said, Bertie, if you have more stripes, you'll become our enemy wasp. You know him, he was hunting us. Now, Bertie got scared and said, Oh no, I don't want any stripes. The end.
Thank you, Kavya. Now let's hear from Miss Meera what she thinks about your Bertie story.
Amazing, Kavya. I love the choice of your story. It's very interesting how the story unfolded. I was all yours. I really enjoyed listening to you. Very confident. And I loved your voice modulation, right? And very nice, very well done. The vocabulary that you used, everything was just so good. Your style of narration, the way you used your voice, beautiful, Kavya.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Miss Meera. Next, let's listen to Keshav. Keshav, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One minute. A
You can start.
long time ago, in a zoo, there was a camel. He named Ali. He and his mother were eating. Ali always was a very curious camel. So when he lifted his long neck, looked at his mother and said, Mother, Ali's got a big question. So the mother said, Yes, Ali, what is it? Mother, why do we have these humps? So Ali said, Oh, you should thank God for that. We have these humps so we can travel long distances in deserts. Then his mother said, Now, please stop talking. We are eating, right? Then Ali lifted his long neck, looked at his mother and said, Mother, Ali's got a big question. His mother, little frustrated, said, Yes, Ali, what is it? Mother, why do we have these long eyelashes? Oh, so we can travel through the desert far since sand comes in our eye, that prevents from coming in our eyes. So Ali looked at his mother and said, Mother, Ali's got a small question. If we are camels and we live in the desert, why are we in this zoo? Then his mother said, Mother, I want to see this desert. So Ali said, we have to escape from here. Then Ali invited all his friends and told him about the escape plan. With the help of his mother, Ali climbed on her back and he jumped over the fence and took the keys and unlocked everyone, and they were rushing in the desert. The end.
Thank you, Keshav. Now let's hear it from Miss Meera.
Keshav, where are you? Turn your video on if you can. Can I see you?
Yeah, that is.
Yes. Keshav, you are a performer. You are a complete performer. I absolutely loved it. And what I loved is your gestures, right? You did everything right. Starting off confidently, you narrated the story very well. The way you used your voice, for instance, you said small question, right? So the way you intonated your voice was very nice. I loved your hand gestures, your expressions. Amazing. Very, very well done, Keshav. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next, let's hear the story from Geetansh.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, Geetansh, bring the camera down so we can see your face better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, relax. You can start.
Once upon a time, there lived a bear who everyone was scared of. And there lived the rabbit next to the bear, who was the closest animal living next to the bear. That day, the bear heard the rabbit in trouble. The rabbit said, "Help, help, the tiger is chasing me. Help, help." The bear saw that, went and kicked the tiger. The tiger said, "Next time I will bring my father and I will teach you a lesson." The next morning, the bear went to hunt some honey. Then the tiger brought his father and said, "You were the one who hit my son." Then the rabbit heard this and quickly came with a huge net, caught the father tiger and the tiger, and locked them in the stone cage. Then they both became friends and happily lived after.
Thank you, Geetanj. Okay, now let's hear from Ms. Meera what she thinks about your story.
I was on mute, sorry. Wonderful. Good job, Geetanj. Nice. It's a sweet little story, and you narrated it confidently, and good use of voice, and good use of good vocabulary, and amazing. I enjoyed it.
Thank
But
you.
I wish there was more to it. I wanted to hear you for a little longer. I wish it was a longer story. It was nice listening to you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Meera, for that accurate feedback. Thank you so much. Lovely. Okay, now Surya, ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's call Surya now.
Shall I start?
Yes.
Once upon a time, there lived a merchant. He had an assistant also. One day, he went to Akbar's court, and the merchant showed some signs. Then the assistant told, "Majesty, my sir is telling that you know all the languages in world, and you have to find the mother tongue of him. You have 3 days time. You didn't find in 3 days time. You have to give us 3,000 gold coins." Then Akbar thought, "Birbal, is it okay?" "Yes, Majesty." Then the Akbar told to the merchant and that, "Okay, I will find the mother tongue in 3 days." Then Birbal went to his home and he thought, what I can do. Then he got an idea. Next day, he went to the local people and asked the address of the merchant. He took the merchant's address, and the second day night, he went to the merchant's house. He opened the window and jumped off. Oh, what a big heart. He told to himself. Then the merchant woke. He ran and hid behind the bed. Then the merchant saw, and he slept. Then people came out of the bed and he took his feather and he went to his ear and started digging. Merchant woke up and the people ran and hid behind the the merchant shouted blah 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 blah. He thought to himself, why this man is shouting? He's a dumb. He can't talk. And then next day he went to the Akbar's court and he told, Majesty, the merchant is a dumb. He can't talk. What? He can't talk? He wanted to trick me. Kill them both. The soldiers went to the merchant's house and pulled the assistant and the merchant and king. Why do you threaten me? Then he put the both of them into jail. And he told to Biba, well done, Biba. You have done a great job. He gave an emerald necklace to Biba. Thank you.
Thank you, Surya. Now let's hear from Miss Meera what she thinks about your story.
Surya, I knew you were excited and you were ready the moment the session started. I could see the excitement. I could just see that you were so prepared and eager to tell your story, right? You were, right? Yes, I could see that, right? So what energy and how entertaining. It was really lovely to watch your expressions. It was kind of, very, very magical to see you perform. Amazing expressions and everything I was just lost. My eyes were completely on you. I couldn't I didn't want to blink. It was that kind of a performance. And I can see so beautifully how Alvin sir is working with all of you. I can see that it reflects on the way you're narrating it, on your style and on the way you're emoting and expressing. Amazing job, Surya. Absolutely loved it.
Thank you so much. So next, let's call Sriram. Sriram, are you ready? Sriram, you can start. Turn on your mic and start.
Yes, sir. Once there lived the boy and a old man. The old man said, "Hey, little boy." It is simply said as the present. And the boy said, "Oh, old man." And the old man said, "What?" And the boy said, old man, is present money?" And the old man said, "Oh yes, you guessed correctly." And the boy said, old man, please say what? What is the value of the present?" The old man said, "No, I will not tell. You need to learn what is the value of the present." And the boy said, "Okay." And he ran to the park and he swung and he played in the playground. And the man also saw that and he smiled to himself. And the next day, and the boy came to the old man and said, Old man. The man said, "Hey, how are you?" "I'm fine," he said. And they asked old man, is present hard work? And the old man said, "Oh yes, you need to do some work." The boy guessed, "Is present a gift? Birthday gift?" "Oh yes." Then he started working well. 3 days passed, and one day the man was crossing the road, The boy saw that he remembered about the present. And he ran to the old man and said, old man, is present going to somewhere? No. And the boy went home and started working well. So after some years, he grew older. And he got a job somewhere. And one day he saw the old man and said, and he remembered about the present and said, hey, old man, is present work and life? And the old man said, oh yes, now you understood the value of the present. Then the boy became grew older. Then now he became an old man, and a girl shifted to a house where the boy lived. Then he also told her about the present. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your present with us, Sriram. Meera ma'am, your thoughts.
Sriram, so well done. I absolutely love the choice of your story. It is such a sweet reminder that present, what's present, it's not a gift, right? It's not something you wait for, but it's something that you have to work for, right? When you keep working, it's right now day. You have to keep working, you have to keep applying yourself, keep learning, and that's when your life becomes a present. Beautiful story, very well done, and you were very confident. I'm wondering if you were the youngest here. Is he one of the youngest here?
Here, Aditya and Sriram are the youngest.
Okay, Aditya.
Yeah, they're both in third grade.
I see. Very well done, Sriram. Really loved your story, confident, and use of your voice was good, and your pauses were good. The way I could see that you were telling very natural, right? See, sometimes what happens is some of us, we prepare so much, we sometimes tend to get scripted. You know what I mean, right? So we sound too scripted, but it was natural performance, Sriram. So really love that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so now we are going to listen to the last storyteller of the afternoon. Deepshika, are you ready?
My name is Deepika.
Deepshika, start again, please. We spotlighted you a little late, so start again.
Once upon a time, there was a two little naughty kids. She was very naughty, but their mother don't get angry and don't scold her because she was very calm. And the child was very scared of their father because he was very strict. One day, the mother gone to her mother's house and take a painted pot to her house, and she kept up of the cupboard. But the children were playing. By mistake, they pushed the pot down. When the mother heard the sound of the pot broken, she came and saw the pot was broken. She said, "Hey, children, you broken this. I'm going to tell your father." And the father came from the office and see the pot was broken. He was very shocked and asked the mother who broken this. And the mother said, the children only broken this every time fighting. And the father said, I'm going to scold him. And he take the belt and he started to scold them. The children said, so sorry daddy, don't scold us. You'll be good child. Sorry, please. The father and mother said, okay, hereafter one on me only we will give. Then you should be very good child. And the children started to be good childs. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepshika. Deepshika, well done. It was a simple and sweet story, confidently narrated by you, right? And Okay, I would just like to ask all the children here, if it's okay, Alvin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, so some of you had beautiful stories as choice. Thank you, Deepika. It was really nice. I enjoyed your story. Yes. So a question for all of you. What do you think is more important when you're telling the story? The choice of story or how you're telling? The what is important or the how? Any thoughts?
Both.
Both. Okay. Anybody
Okay.
else would like to answer that? Okay, so what story am I narrating? What vocabulary am I using? What is the choice of my words? Is that important? Or how am I emoting? How am I expressing? How am I using my voice? How am I getting the attention? Which is more important? What do you think
Both. Both are important.
are important, right? Yes, just look at Alvin sir, how beautifully he narrates. He brings any story alive, right? He brings any story alive with the way he narrates it, with the way he brings the expressions in, right? Do you all agree with me? Yes, you all agree with me. It's just magical sometimes to, watch certain storytellers perform, because even a simple story, sometimes it's a known story. It's challenging. For instance, we had the Aladdin story, right? We all know a little bit about it. And we've heard the other stories as well. Sometimes, the animal tales are pretty common. But it's the how that brings the magic into the whole storytelling thing, right? So how you narrate it, how you make it magical, how you get everybody involved in it with your use of voice and expressions and gestures. Some of you have done it beautifully. I really enjoyed listening to all of you. And for a storyteller, it's always a treat. Thank you, Alvin. It's always a treat for me to listen to stories, right? So thank you so much. Wonderful performance, wonderful work by everybody today.
Thank you so much, Ms. Meera, for joining us and giving a mini workshop to our kids. Stressing the importance of presentation as well as selection of stories. So thank you so much for that. And with this, we let us all give a big round of applause to Meera ma'am for joining us. Yeah.
And everybody, and for everyone, all
And
the
for-
performers.
And for all of you too. So, children, very good performance. I really enjoyed listening to you all as always. So, our next set of classes will begin from March 23rd, Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing you all there. Bye, everyone.
Bye.